So after getting promptly thrown out of the wolf lair, Sparkster has to go through a conveniently placed pig bunker that's surprisingly nearby. Not really sure what that's doing there, right below the wolf place. I guess it's a bunker they established. But so now we're in Freefall, a very slow Freefall. Because Sparkster's jetpack is still frozen, he only has half of his boost power right now. But we can maneuver and collect some gems as we go down. Avoid the fire. The falling has a little bit of delay, and you do that to get those 3 gems. The falling controls have a little bit of a delay. You have to sort of compensate and go ahead of time in order to get all the gems there. And there's these switches here which we just hit to activate. And now we have to deal with pigs. The pigs are more powerful, stronger enemies, but a drill attack will usually take care of them pretty quickly in one hit with the drill attack. We go up there to hit some switches. So this level is mostly just hit some switches to progress. And there's these turrets here. They're a little bit annoying, but a few attacks will take care of them, no problem. And so this switch here will activate this platform to go up and down. The pigs this time around utilize more technology, as they mostly just shoot at you with guns and such. I guess in the last 15 or so years since Rocket Knight Adventures, they upgraded their technology considerably. Because in the last game, in Rocket Knight Adventures, they were just knights with swords and stuff too, but this time around they actually have some actual technology on their side. But nothing that Sparkster can't handle with some drill attacks. And we didn't quite kill him. There we go. Oh, and the turrets there will deactivate when you turn on the switch, so that's how you get that red gem pretty easily there. And now we can go up some more. And this part coming up is quite long, as you have to traverse these hot pipes. And of course touching the glowing parts will hurt you, and that includes right above Sparkster as well, so be careful not to jump up into the pipes as well. Now you can boost across them pretty easily though. Ah! I got hit there, that was a weird hitbox. Boosting here sometimes acts a little bit weird, because sometimes you'll see him auto-adjust across to get to where he needs to go. It's a little bit hard to describe, but you can sort of see it as he goes across the moving pipe platforms. But whatever, we hit that switch and now we have to go all the way back to this part. So this part of the level is pretty open, and you have to do some pretty you have to do a sequence of things to get to where you need to go, essentially. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention in the last part is, while I did say this game does have worlds with 4 stages, only the first 2 stages actually have, or the first 2 worlds have 4 stages each. This world and the last world only have 3, because the pig base here pretty much just has 2 side-scrolling stages and a boss, while the last world has a flying stage, a side-scrolling stage, and then the final boss. So the last 2 worlds only have 3 stages each, so slight mistake on my part on the last part there. I sort of forgot that these worlds only have 3 as opposed to 4 from the first 2. So we basically just have to do more switches and things. Get back over here to these moving platforms. This part of the stage is a little bit of busy work, but I wouldn't say it's really artificially lengthening the game or anything. It's actually a pretty decent, intricate level design. And now we have to go back Actually, now that I think about it, level design is actually a very key aspect that I do enjoy in this series of, Rocket Knight games. Because while the rocketing around in the jetpack is cool, it is pretty much a gimmick that is throughout the whole series, but it's designing around that gimmick is what makes the games shine. So now we have some teleporters, and I'm saving that heart medallion there for a reason. So we have to go through each one and essentially go find the power source and destroy all of them. This first one here is a bit of an enemy gauntlet. And if you notice carefully that sometimes when you defeat pig enemies, they fly off in their underwear, which is a nice nod to the pigs in the first game. So after we deal with that, we drill rocket into that, and that takes care of that power node, or whatever it was. Okay, we ricocheted the teleporter. Now the nice thing about this part of the level is that checkpoint will always activate every time you clear a room, essentially. So at least it's fair in that regard. And every time we hit a switch here, we lower a barrier, but it activates these turrets here. Drill attacks will take care of them pretty easily, though. Although, oh, well, that was sort of odd. I didn't expect that to work, but because being reckless will usually result in getting yourself hurt in these situations, but oddly enough, they seem to be working in my favor against these turrets. Most of the time, anyway. So, take care of that, and actually, yeah, drill attacks very effective against them. Okay, that does it. We blow up that. Now we just have one more to deal with. With this room, we just have to get to it, but there is quite a few obstacles in our way, as we can see here, and we can just boost straight through those and get some red gems for our trouble. And just gonna collect some before we go on, and gotta be careful with this part of the level because there are a lot of, I don't know what they are really, fire tiles or something. It's probably like combustible engines, maybe. I don't know. Not really sure what any of this is really with the pigs here. Their technology is sort of like industrial cyber steampunk-ish. I don't know how to say it really. But later on, it does sort of get more into the cyber tech kind of thing, kind of technology. And we just have to deal with more moving platforms and... yeah, what am I doing? Come on. There we go. Just follow the gems and... see, what you're supposed to do is rocket over and then get on the other side of that. And that takes care of that switch. And now we just have to get down, not get hit by fire. Preferably, anyway. And that takes care of that. And luckily, there's a teleporter right here that'll take us back, which is convenient, which means we don't have to go all the way back. And here's a new enemy, these mech warrior guys. All you have to do is just aim for the pilot, and a couple drill attacks will take care of it pretty easily. And we got all the blue gems. That's cool. So yeah, the stages in this part, even though there's only like 3 of them in this world, both side-scrolling stages in this world are pretty long. And now we're going to go to the Cyber Swine labs, which, as I said earlier, is more akin to like cyber technology, while previously it was implied that the pigs are mostly industrial, but I don't know, it's sort of like a weird hybrid of industrial and cyberpunk with these guys. And there's a little TV there saying, no, Sparkster's bad. The gimmick with this level is that there are switches that'll lower barriers. And we have another onslaught here. These little flying, I don't know, pig robots or whatever they are, they're a little bit annoying. because they take at least a couple hits to kill, a couple sword swipes anyway. But drill attacks will take care of them much better. Or you could just get them stuck in a corner and shoot at them, but that doesn't happen very often though. One thing I should note is that I actually really enjoyed the music in this level in particular. The music in this game, I haven't really mentioned on before because most of it isn't really that memorable, to be honest. And these enemies here have a shield, but you just have to get behind them to get rid of them. So, as I was saying with the music, with this stage and the first stage's rendition of the first stage's theme from Rocket Knight Adventures are good. The rest of the music isn't all that memorable though, which isn't really bad, and that's classic right there. The pig running away in his underwear. But the music isn't bad really. It's just, the problem is it's not as memorable as previous installments. Because the Sparkster games on both the Genesis and Super Nintendo I really liked. The first Rocket Knight Adventures had a really nice assortment of different music. While this one is sort of a little bit samey. It's not unlike the gameplay really. It's just sort of, yeah, it's alright, but it's not as memorable as the other games. So take what you will from that. Okay, now we have more. These little flying enemies are annoying, in case I haven't made that clear. So now we have more switches. It's a little bit of a switch puzzle here. And with this one you have to shoot at it to activate it. There we go. And we have to deal with more enemies. Yeah, you could play it safe and like shoot at him with burst attacks, but since they're weak, he'll take a while, especially since his health was kind of going down slowly there. But drill attacks are the best way to deal with those guys. So now we have more moving platforms. Makes you wonder what, like, this is implied this is a lab, but you don't really see much lab stuff. It's more like sort of industrial cyberpunk stuff kind of thing. And no, that's not what I wanted to do. Ugh. At this rate I'll lose all my hearts if I'm not careful. So let's just take our time here with moving platforms. Boost up, hit that, which sends it the other direction. I like how the platforms in the background, though, are in sync with the ones who we have to deal with. That's actually a nice detail. Very, like I said, very good graphics, pretty good graphics in this game. They're nicely detailed. And what am I doing? Ow. Yeah, the pigs can sometimes just teleport in. I guess they have teleportation technology as well. Grab that. Let's see. I want to get up there, but isn't that drillable through? I thought it was. Whatever. Let's just take care of these pigs and hopefully not die, because our health is pretty low here right now. I think there's a heart. Yeah, there it is. Much needed. Thank you. Take care of you, and now let's try that again. Maybe I just have to get at it at a different angle. Can't quite reach it from there. Or maybe I'm not supposed to get there just yet. I don't know. I kind of forget how you even get there in the first place, so, but let's just move on. Now we just have this part where we just move from platform to platform, and this is where that sort of auto-adjusting boosting along raising and lowering platforms come into play, especially when you're going up. See how you sort of just automatically kind of fixes itself and you get back on. Physics here don't really make a whole lot of sense, especially since you're going up and you're boosting, but whatever. It's still a pretty interesting level design. Ow. The thing with these guys is they're pretty hard to deal with and not get hit at the same time. I don't know what I was doing there. Whoa. He just teleported right as I was boosting. That was unlucky for him. Okay, now we only have one heart, and now we have these switches, which send out these platforms, which only pop out for a limited time. Yeah. Okay, this is a little bit scary here, as I only have one heart, and I don't want to get hit by anything right now. Okay, and sneak up on him. There we go. Okay, there's a heart right there with some more time platforms. And I took the hit, but at least I got the health, so I still gained some health regardless. Okay. Yeah, some of the timing is pretty strict. You have to keep going as much as you can. And some of these jumps are a little bit tricky to deal with, because you have to balance yourself between speed and jumping. It's best to boost through the things as best as you can. But if we go up here, we can find some health and another switch, which will help us get past this part. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we have moving electricity things. Not really sure what they are, but it's Cyber Swine Labs. They must have them for some reason, right? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe this whole bunker is just designed for them to throw Sparkster down into and hopefully lead him into his death, essentially. So maybe it's just like a giant trap place for Sparkster. But at the same time, it is their base of operations, I guess. I don't know. No, must collect, and I'm gonna take a hit. Crap. Let's try that again. Jeez. These electrical barriers are a little bit stingy in the hit detection, because just barely touching them will still get hit. Will still get you hit. I mean, of course you expect to get hit if you touch them, but it's still just a little bit tricky to just deal with them all the time, because you have to be pretty precise and not hit them a lot of the times. Oh, okay, that works, I guess. Okay, let's see if I can get that gem. There we go. Managed to get that without taking a hit. Hopefully I can... There we go. That worked out pretty well. Okay, now we have more of these electrical moving barriers to deal with, and just go along here, and there's an extra life up there, which is pretty easy to get. In case you do die, you can just grab that over and over from the last checkpoint. That way you don't lose a life, essentially. Deal with more mechs and things. And now we have to deal with these things going down, and I don't really have a good strategy against these things. Well, I thought I actually managed to avoid that one, but I always managed to get hit at least once with that part. Spinning in the air actually is helpful against those things. No. Go diagonal. There we go. Boost diagonally that way. And oh yeah, these guys will throw bombs that you can lob back at them. So it's just like with the dynamite wolves, you can just chuck them back at them. So now we have these green, I don't know what they are, Electro Jello blocks, who knows. But as you can see here, they have the gimmick here is that they protect you from the passing electrical barriers, the purple electrical barriers. So it's just all about timing and getting past these things. Took a hit for a gem there. Get up there. Okay, and gee, I wonder what we're supposed to do there. And that can't be good. So now we have a bit of an escape sequence here. The best way to do this stage is to gain as much speed and momentum as you can. I know with the initial rocketing and running you don't go that fast, but the sliding down the poles here helps a lot though. And jumping off of them will get you a lot of speed as well. So if anything, sliding down the poles is actually the fastest method in this game to get around And we just have to keep going, and oh no. Oh, we missed a blue gem. No, but we escaped. And, oh, that was the last blue gem too. Go figure. Alright, and even though the whole place exploded, we still have one more stage, and it's a fight with a good old friend of ours. So we'll see you then.